thing to understand here, which is really important for us to understand, is that we are the creators of our own reality. Law of attraction, the universe, is not creating for us, is not preventing us from creating, is not preventing us from having, because we create our own reality, because no one can vibrate for you. You vibrate for yourself, and that is why you create your own abundance and your own prosperity. No one can do that for you on your behalf. And no matter how much you scream and how much you talk about how unfair it is, it's not going to change unless you change your vibration. And this is why people thrive in the midst of a recession. Many millionaires are born in the middle of a recession because they see it as an opportunity. And there are many people who, in the middle of an economy that is roaring, go bankrupt because they didn't have the vibration to participate in the abundance. You literally create your own abundance because the abundance that is coming to you is being created by the energy of your thoughts. That is why I cannot help you, because I cannot think for you. I cannot vibrate for you. I can only tell you how to do it. And then you have to do it. So if you participate in discussions that are all about inflation and recession, and you believe in all of that, then it's going to affect you, but you don't have to participate. You don't have to participate. Go back in history. I have a chart. It's called the index chart. You can find it on, just Google it, index chart. And you will see that some of the massive booms in history were accompanied with very high inflation. Inflation does not prevent prosperity unless you think it does. Because if you think it does, then you're a linear thinker who thinks that this thing is dependent on this thing. You're not an unconditional thinker. And if you are a linear thinker, then you know what? That's the problem. You have to stop being a linear thinker and become an unconditional thinker. And then everything in your life will change. That's what everyone in the Money Mindset Mastery program have been learning about. How to go from being a linear thinker into being an unconditional thinker, especially on the subject of money and prosperity and abundance. And you should see the transformations that have happened in that group. Oh my good. And some of you are doing that program. Claudia, Karen, you're in the program. Lakshmi, you're in the program. You can tell these people in this program what it takes, and all it takes is a shift in the way you think. That's all. That's all. Everything changes when you shift your thinking, and you cannot do it for anyone else. However, the way you contribute to the well-being of the planet is by changing your vibration, because your vibration is part of the collective vibration of planet Earth. You make a difference. Abraham says one person who is aligned is more powerful than thousands who are not. So, if you become aligned and you become prosperous, that's your contribution towards the prosperity and abundance and well-being of the planet. You don't have to look at other people and do anything about it, about what their fate is. They are creating their own reality. I can't change it for them. But I can be prosperous. I can be abundant. Because that's the only way I can help. Because if I am prosperous and I am abundant, now I can help others, not from my cup, but from my overflow into my saucer. Because if I can become prosperous, then I know how to refill that cup over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that is why I can keep giving from my saucer. Give, 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 give. But unless I learn to fill my cup, I have nothing to give to anyone else because my saucer is empty. Not only is my saucer empty, my cup's not full up. If I give people what I need, I'm not helping them, because then I am going low on the emotional scale. And now I am contributing to the vibration of lack in the universe. And I know you don't want that, and I don't want that either. So think about it. I can tell you this one thing. People have very short memories. So many have forgotten. But I have not forgotten, and probably that is because I have been a financial advisor and in the financial industry for so many years. I can tell you that in 2007, right before the 2008 recession happened, inflation was rampant. Interest rates were actually higher than what they are just now. And houses were selling like hotcakes. I know that because I was in the market for one. I was looking for a rental property. And I went in to look at a property. By the time I came out after looking at it, it was already sold. Inflation does not prevent prosperity unless you think it does. And if you think it does, then it's going to affect you. It may not affect everyone, but it will definitely affect you because that's how you're thinking about it. Something else that I want you to know is the right question to ask is, how can I make more money? If you keep crying about prices going up, you will never catch up with the prices. But the right way to look at it is, everything is going up, so I have to find a way for my income to go up, and I'm willing to do whatever I have to do. And that's about it. And I can tell you because I have been willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'm going to stay up all night if I have to. I'm going to work 4 jobs if I have to. I'm going to do whatever I have to. Because I understand that the only reason I'm not manifesting like other people is because I've got a belief about hard work. I've got a belief about limitations. I've got a belief about how much time I can exchange for money. And unless I change those limitations, nothing's going to change. So I just have to live with those limitations. And that's what I did for a very long time. I didn't fight my limitations. I accepted my limitations and I said, okay, those are my limitations, but I can still make it work. Because you see, here's the thing. All things are possible. And even though I have negative beliefs, all things are possible. I can do it. I can do it despite my negative beliefs. I can do it despite my limitations. Nothing can hold me back if I don't let it. And that's what you need to understand. People who succeed are people whose goal is much bigger than their fears. People who succeed are people who don't buy into other people's crap. People who succeed are laser focused on what they want to accomplish and they don't let anything influence them. That is how they keep their stability and keep going after their goals, because they don't buy into what everyone else is buying into. And that's all there is to it, really. It's really as simple as that. You can make it more complicated if you want to, but it's not complicated at all. And I say it again, go back and look at the history of the world and look at all sorts of different economies, and you will see that those economies have prospered despite inflation. Inflation never prevents anything, because there are people who take it as a challenge and they go for it. Interest rates, inflation, nothing can prevent you from creating your prosperity. It's all up to you.